And then also the fight's got a bit of added spice, being undisputed world champion fight. What does that mean to you?
I'm undisputed already. I'm already undisputed. The belt, Lomachenko had it. This is a super belt. I got all the belts. Same as the WBA. There's a regular champion called Javante Davis. I'm still the main guy in that sanctioning body, so I'm undisputed, and this just put the final, nail in the coffin. That's all it is.
A few moments ago.
Do you respect him as a champion in your division?
Yes, of course I respect him. I always have respected him, and he knows how much I've respected him, and there is a mutual respect here. But if things go right, and the dotted line obviously gets signed by both sides,
is this the true undisputed? Is this the true undisputed right here?
Look, we're going to get it done, and you know what? There won't be any
more dispute.
Games or bullshit about what it is.
George Kambosos can never be undisputed without this fight. So this is the fight to make. We're ready to go.
So George Mouse Kambosos finally came out of the church talking, where he stated, quote, "Vasyl Lomachenko, I respect your decision, and I totally understand and pray for you and your country. Please stay safe, and once I wipe the floor with Devin, we will make the fight between two real champions. God bless." In addition to that, George Kambosos said he's already undisputed, and that Devin Haney is only barking behind the fence. So now that the fence is open, better hurry up, because the clock is ticking. Tick-tock. A lot of other people want the fight. Now wait a minute. Kambosos was waiting on a man in war, Vasyl Lomachenko, for months just to turn down the fight. All of a sudden now, the clock is ticking when it comes to Devin Haney. However, he paused the clock when it came to Lomachenko, who brought nothing to the table. Then he described himself to a T when he said someone was barking behind the fence, because we all know Kambosos was trolling Devin Haney, then accepted a 2-fight deal with Lomachenko, a man that wasn't even supposed to be in the picture, while Devin Haney was calling out Kambosos this entire time and accepted all of his terms. Therefore, Kambosos is the only dog that's barking and not willing to bite. Now the Spartan Hollywood actor Kambosos is gonna have to back up his word. Furthermore, Kambosos said that he's already undisputed since Lomachenko had the belt, and the fight between him and Lomachenko is between two real champions. Last time I checked though, Lomachenko is not a champion. In fact, Lomachenko was stripped of his WBC title when he turned down a fight with his mandatory, Devin Haney. Devin Haney won his WBC world title the exact same way Lennox Lewis did, the last undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, which Kambosos knows exactly how the A-class boogeyman Devin Haney got his world title, by putting fear in a top pound-for-pound fighter at the time, Lomachenko. Even Lomachenko would tell you Devin Haney has the real WBC title, unlike the NBF Witness Protection title that Kambosos has. So Kambosos, why don't you ask Lomachenko who has the real WBC title? According to Lomachenko's words, he sees Kambosos as the disputed champion of the world. To make matters worse, Kambosos called Lomachenko a champion, even though he got stripped of his WBC title for ducking Devin Haney. Then, to make matters worse, Vasyl Lomachenko protection hype got exposed when he lost to Teofimo Lopez right after, in a stinking fashion too. Is this the champion you talking about, Kambosos? It really sounds like you need more acting classes so you can put your acting together better next time. You better holler at Country Wayne, because you coming off like you terrified of Devin Haney more than you terrified of death. Like, chillax. You fight for a living. So grow some cojones and fight Devin Haney, because ducking season is over. Last but not least, Kambosos said he's already undisputed. But when Devin Haney was right in front of his face, he had a totally different energy. He said he respected Devin Haney as a champion, since he is the longest reigning lightweight champion of the world. And they're gonna fight each other to clear this undisputed mess. This is what Kambosos said, right? All of a sudden now, he said he's already undisputed. Using Michael Coppinger talking points, of the WBA. So let's entertain their talking points for a little bit. The WBA has a super title in every single division, where the other body organizations from the IBF, the WBO, the WBC, they all recognize the WBA super title as the real title, meaning they only approve the WBA super title for a unification, not the regular title. The reason why the boxing organizations only could have one real world title per organization, in which the WBA chose the WBA super title to be their champion. However, the WBC, they chose the regular WBC title to be their real champion, to be their real title, not the franchise. That's why you don't see the franchise title in every single weight division like the WBA super title. So Kambosos, who is the franchise champion at welterweight? Nobody. Who's the WBA super champion? Ugas. Who is the WBC franchise champion at 168? Nobody. Who is the WBA super champion at 168? Canelo Alvarez. Which is my point exactly. But if you still don't get it, ask yourself, who is the WBC champion at lightweight that holds the same title Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather held? Obviously, the one and only, the A-class boogeyman, Devin Haney. Who's the regular WBC champion at welterweight? Errol Spence. Who is the regular WBC champion at 168? Canelo Alvarez. Hopefully, now you get the point. The facts say, the history say, that Devin Haney is the WBC lightweight champion of the world. That's why Kambosos is only recognized as a unified champion, not undisputed. And I'm factually speaking, from the boxing websites to the boxing organizations to the boxing networks, they all see Kambosos as a unified champion, not undisputed. People lie, men lie, women lie. Old media definitely lies, but facts and new media don't lie. Where facts say, the history say, Kambosos is not undisputed. So Kambosos, if you want to be undisputed so bad, why don't you grow some cojones and fight Devin Haney for undisputed? I'm telling you, man, them belts are cursed, just like Lord of the Ring. You know, it's so ironic when Kambosos was asked about not being undisputed at the Devin Haney versus JoJo fight. Kambosos said, I don't care about undisputed. I don't care if I'm not undisputed. All of a sudden now, he's undisputed. Somebody please give Kambosos some milk.
He needs some milk. Give him some milk.
Maybe he will grow some cojones then to fight for undisputed instead of faking undisputed when he's the most disputed champion of all time. Listen, Kambosos, them biased reporters such as Mike Coppinger that don't know shit about boxing are not gonna save you, because the truth is already out. The truth is like the wave of the ocean. You can't stop the truth from getting to its destination. And to Mike Coppinger, Kambosos' undisputed title is as real as Lomachenko undefeated record you guys had on ESPN. You want to talk about the confusion and the corruption in boxing when you are part of the corruption and confusion in boxing. So stop being racially biased and respect your profession, because you lost all credibility since you don't even know the definition of undisputed. How you expect people to take you seriously? English is actually my second language. Even I know what undisputed means. So Mike Coppinger, how about you Google undisputed and read the definition? It clearly says there is no dispute. However, we clearly are having a dispute, the ultimate dispute. So are you smarter than the 5th grader? Or do we need to call Bob Arum to drill the factual information into your head? Last but not least, like I said before, the franchise title is a super mandatory title, which I already made a video on that and I went in depth with nothing but factual information. So I'm gonna leave the link for that video in the comment section below, so make sure you guys check it out. But you guys have to stop disrespecting Mauricio Sulaiman. For real. This man is the boxing pimp. Lomachenko, Tio, and Kambosos all said that they want witness protection from Devin Haney. So guess what? The pimp Sulaiman gave them the NBF Witness Protection franchise in order to pimp these fighters. The franchise witness protection don't come for free. The pimp Sulaiman is charging them fees the exact same way a real life pimp is pimping these hoes in the street. At the end of the day, or at least the night, the pimp Sulaiman has to make his money. He's really intelligent. People sleeping on him. He figured out how to make money from ducks. That's why I hate him or love him, I have to respect his pimping game. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.
Loma was the franchise champion. That's a way that the WBC has of stripping a guy without really stripping him. But then the regular champion is considered a notch below the franchise champion. But you say because you have that belt, you're disputing his Teo's claim to the title?
No, the franchise title is a way to duck your mandatory. I have mandatories. I'm the WBC champion, and I have mandatories. When I was his mandatory, he petitioned to become a franchise champion to where he didn't have any mandatories. Devin Haney has mandatories. The franchise title is for ducks.
A franchise champion means you didn't have to fight your mandatory. That's a duck. So Devin collects the belt because what else is he supposed to do?
So when you say, you can't say Teofimo has all the belts, or Teofimo's undisputed, or Teofimo is the champion in the lightweight division, because there's still one more belt. He has a franchise title. I'm the WBC world champion.
Do you believe at 20 years old you're ready for that type of challenge?
I think you said his name wrong. It's Lomachenko, because he doesn't want to fight me. But it's I feel like I'm ready for the fight. This is the WBC mandatory. So Lomachenko, come on, man, let's get this fight going.
A lot of guys have said they want Lomachenko. You're the next on that list.
Lomachenko.
My mistake.
Choose Lomachenko because
I did not choose him. He requested, Canelo requested. So we sent out a vote and we analyzed his history.
Ooh, Canelo and Lomachenko requested?
Absolutely.
Ooh, you just made headlines.
Lomachenko.
You just made headlines.
Lomachenko, top rank, requested. And let me tell you, we analyzed the request. Top of the top.
Define the franchise belt. Can you define it?
The franchise is not a belt. It's not a championship. It's a designation given to elite, unique fighters who carry the industry of the sport of boxing. Canelo Alvarez and Lomachenko are two.
Last man even said they doing that to protect them.
Right.
Somebody beat them, but they don't get a belt.
There you go.
The franchise belt is protect them from the big black guys.
So you would favor Devin Haney to beat Vasil Lomachenko? What do you feel like with the WBC saying that you're the franchise champion? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I got the belt, the franchise belt.
Excuse me, undisputed.
Yeah,
Undisputed.
they can say whatever. You know what I mean? For me, it doesn't bother me. Undisputed, unified. For me right now, I'm the number one. I am the number one. I've earned it, and I'm looking forward to a good fight this weekend and making the best fights possible.
Do you feel like you got to go through Devin?
Nobody.
Do you feel like you got to go through Devin Haney to be undisputed? To truly become undisputed?
It's just another fight for me. Belts or no belts. The belts won't make me. So undisputed, unified, undisputed, no belts on the line. Street fight in the back. You know, I'm here to fight. I love to fight.
Before you beat Tio, you told Devin that Tio won't fight, but yet you will fight him after you beat Tio. Do you stand by your words?
Devin?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I love that fight. As long as the right things are in place.
And we believe you. Y'all the cat said it, but y'all,
no.
you know.
I fought.
Yeah.
Fought him, Selby, Lopez, all in their backyard. So it doesn't bother me. I'll fight anybody. I told Eddie, if someone pulls out, I'll fight. Regardless of the cut, I'll fight right now if they want to go. Just bring the check out.
Now you said that Devin had to, you're only looking for exciting fights. What if Dev gives a masterclass performance, just outboxes him and get the victory?
Yeah, to me, I'm a student of the game, so that to me, maybe not to you guys, but to me that's exciting. I see something that that is a beautiful boxing display, because I've had to showcase my beautiful boxing display many times. So yeah, that can be up there as well. I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks.
Why do you think Showtime, DAZN, ESPN, BoxRec, Wikipedia, the sanctioning bodies and boxing website don't recognize you as undisputed?
Like I said again, that doesn't bother me. I don't care. 50% of the public say I'm undisputed. 50% say I'm not. I'm the number one.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I got the belts. I got a beautiful WBC belt, and I got all the other belts too. And I got the Ring Magazine belt as well. So that's 5 belts that I carry with honor and pride. So
yeah, there's only 6 undisputed champs listed in the books historically. If the WBC said you have the super belt, why aren't you on that list?
Look, at the end of the day,
if Devin agrees to fight you in Australia,
we gonna make it make sense.
If Devin agrees to fight you in Australia, is there any chance you'll turn it down at all?
If he agrees to fight in Australia, like I said, as long as it makes sense with everything else, 110%.
I don't want Jupiter, but it all starts with December 4th. We gonna get past December 4th.
Yes.
We're gonna make it happen.
George, how you feel about fighting?
Hey, we don't want to pull that TO card.
December 4th.